I got my first watermelon. Belly rub. What's your muffin rub? Belly rub. It's also growing very well, but the grass has really come back real fast. Say hi. So I built that structure that chicken's standing on. It's 2 stumps and a couple of logs. I'm trying to promote more bugs inside my coop. Hopefully by stacking those logs there like that, eventually there will be bugs crawling and living in it. So I don't know, just want to try to provide a little more protein for the chickens. Mainly they get their protein from the feed and a lot of the plants that they eat, like the plantains. Plantains have a high protein level, but it's kind of not really the same thing. You know, it's like eating beans to get your protein, but it's just not the same as like eating a steak, you know. So I just want to promote more bugs in this in my chicken run. I move this thing around every couple months, and when I do, there's tons of bugs underneath and the chickens go crazy for it. Same thing with that beam. Once a month I flip it back and forth, and when I do that, there's lots of bugs and worms underneath it. So that's just another structure that I just want to I can move around, and when I do, there should be some bugs in there for the chickens to be able to eat. So I'm having a little fungal issue in my garden. Got all this white, blackish, well, it's white fungus, but when you touch it, it turns black. Not really sure exactly. It's some kind of fungal buildup on the grounds here. I sprayed it with water and baking soda mixture. That's what some people use to get rid of this problem, but it didn't really work too well for me. It worked kinda, but it didn't. I guess it didn't do too much for it. But I'm not really sure exactly what it actually is. From anything, I think it's just some kind of weird fungal buildup, and it's due to all the rain we've been getting. When there's so much water, this stuff happens. I think it's harmless. From everything I've researched, it's harmless stuff. It doesn't really hurt the plants, but it just doesn't look nice. It looks kind of unsightly. And a lot of people say you just kind of do that to get rid of it. But I just feel like that's just spreading the spores around, and it's just gonna be a bigger patch. And I really don't want to do that. Do I? I don't know. Maybe I could just go around and work up the mulch, let it air out and dry up a little. Maybe that would help. I don't know. You can try this thing and see if that works. But everything else is okay. My cucumbers are jamming. I've been collecting a bunch of cucumbers. My tomatoes are coming along. I want to kind of show you how tall this one is. It's almost to the top. It's about like 1.5 feet away from reaching the top of the trellis. Both of these right here, they're just exploding. And look at that, my first cluster of tomatoes are turning red, so I'm excited to see that. And these are my sweet 100s. They look delicious, and I just can't wait. And I just got tons and tons of tomatoes waiting. Juliets look absolutely beautiful. Can't wait till they turn red. Oh, there's actually is one that's turning red. Look, that one's turning red. The first one. With all the rain that's been coming down around here, I'm just lucky I don't have bottom end rot. I've seen a lot of people posting pictures and videos of all their tomatoes with bottom end rot, and I'm just glad I don't have that issue right now. Keep my fingers crossed, knock on wood. Bottom end rot happens when there's too much water and it keeps your roots, like it damages the roots, so the roots aren't able to soak up the calcium. A lot of people end up adding extra calcium to their soil to combat the problem, but that's just something I'm glad I don't have to do. Everything is just working out fine. Peppers are starting to develop right there. Can you guys see my first bell peppers right there? Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit. Oh, look at that bell pepper. Look at that guy, huh? Really gotta do your best to get all these loose leaves down because blight has started on my peppers. Eggplants are doing well. Now the other one is developing right there. I throw in a couple of these sticks, the Y sticks, to keep its little support so it stays up. I don't know if you guys could see that. See the sticks? It really gives the eggplant support and stays up. Probably gonna have to do this with this one soon. But sweet potatoes are just kicking butt. I hope I get a good amount of sweet potatoes. I'm still bearing vines to see what happens if you bury the vines, see if it sprouts out of sweet potatoes on them. Don't know. I've buried a few back here, but they're really overgrown. I can't even tell where I buried it anymore. Whew. But they're taking over. I'm trying to regrow actual grass back into my food pantry. As you can tell, I've started kind of clearing. Let me just go in there and tell you. I walked towards the food pantry and look. Sorry, not today, okay? Not for a while, actually. So here's the project I'm gonna undertake, hopefully. All right, so I'm in the food pantry. I wanna kind of restart some of this stuff. Hopefully there's plenty of time in the rest of the summer, or at least not the whole pantry, but some part of the pantry I want to restart and kind of reseed and try to grow grass. As of right now, most of the grass and other things are dead and eaten away by the chickens. Pretty much nothing left but plantains in here, and even though plantains super nutritious for chickens and beneficial, you know, for calcium and protein, they choose not to eat it as much as regular grass and just other leafy things. Like I said, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. As you can see, it's mainly plantain here. There's a few things like this left over that the chickens aren't the biggest fan of. This hard stuff that chickens aren't really big fans of either, but it's mainly plantain in here. And I want to reseed with grass and see if I could just grow grass back in here. So I've kind of started that right here yesterday, testing out this new tool, but not too new to everybody because somebody's already done a review on it. I got one too. It was totally by coincidence that I got one. If you guys remember, most of you guys should know who Sean the Modern Yeoman is. He did a review on this tool, and he liked it. And then the day after Sean did his review on this tool, my brother called me and said, I sent you something the other day. And so my brother from California sent me this without knowing that Sean had done a review on it. So yeah, and I got it 2 days after Sean did the review, and I've started using it, and this thing is fantastic. It was total coincidence that my brother sent this. It wasn't because he saw Sean's review on it, as he actually called me a day of Sean's review of this thing. He's like, oh, I sent you that. So yeah, thank you to my brother. And Sean, this thing is pretty awesome. So yeah, this thing is actually kick-ass. It works great on the plantains. So fantastic. I'll show you how well this thing works. I'm actually hoping to clear just half of it, you know, maybe all the way down to where it starts getting bare again. I want to clear this area just right here and just kind of till it up just a little bit with the garden weasel, and then throw some seeds on, and hopefully I can grow some just regular grass, and hopefully I get it where the plantains don't come back. Like I said, I've got tons of it, and the chickens don't really seem to be big fans of it. Okay, I'm not trying to get like super clean here. I just want to expose to the bare ground. So the tool, like Sean works, Sean found out you dig into the back here, but I also found out that if you, instead of pulling straight back, if you pull at an angle like this, it really does the job. Yeah, so if you pull at an angle instead of straight back like this, which that also works, but it's a little bit harder and you dig in more. But if you grab and kind of pull an angle back towards you, it really clears it up. It really should be working this way towards the area. So that's kind of what I'm gonna work on today right now. I'm gonna clear as much as I can, throw it over for the fence for the chickens to eat or not to eat, and then reseed it with grass seed. Alright, I got it all worked up. Took about 15 minutes. This tool is great. That's a huge difference, isn't it? Only took 15 minutes. I didn't get everything out, but I'm not really worried about getting everything out. So I think that'll be good enough to plant grass. Let me get the garden weasel, rough it up a little bit. I think that 1 minute of work was more tiring than 15 minutes of this. Hey, got my bag of seeds. Yeah, I just ran the weasel over just to help bury it a little bit. I'm gonna go get some straw. If it doesn't rain for at least 2 days, I think we'll be fine. Whew, I really hope. I didn't actually think about that. Hopefully that starts growing within a couple days. I'll let you guys know when I make my next video, see how I was doing. I mean, the clovers back there where the pig pen is going pretty well, so I'm hoping this will grow pretty good, especially with all that sun. Alright, the only thing that could go wrong is a huge storm comes in and washes it all away, but still have a huge bag of seeds, and I'll just come back out and reseed it. start the process over again. My name is Sang. This is Growing Little Country Homestead. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.